what they do here. First and goal. Rodgers hangs in the pocket, throwing into a lot of traffic, and it's caught for the touchdown by.
And as always, you can follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod. Follow the guys. Jay is at UPJ33. Dave is at Steak and Cheese. And the fantasy wonder man himself, Dillon, is at DillonBusby1. Email all your questions and comments to us at firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com, and you will make the show live during our mailbag segment. Again, that's firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com.
Turn your back on the wolf pack. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. 3, 2, 1, hey!
And welcome, everybody, to another live edition of First and Goal with me, your founder and producer, Jay Andrews in the UP, and down in Georgia, your host with the most. As always, it's Dave.
What's going on, First and Goalers?
And it's Tuesday. So that means the mystery agent himself for Fantasy Files, it's Dillon.
That's right. I'm here. First and Goalers, Fantasy World. If you survived, lucky you. If you went down, I'm sorry. I'm right there with you. Lost in a couple of my leagues. I'm no longer in the playoffs. I got 2 more playoff matchups to go. We'll see how that works out for me. But I'll definitely have you ready for your matchups. Eagles fans, wow, we survived last night. Cannot believe how it played out, but we can get into that later. It's great to be here, guys.
So I figured out my fantasy football crisis on ESPN Fantasy Football. I had to refresh the screen.
Oh, good.
Yeah, about that whole why is my roster locked? I refreshed it, and then they were able to move because pretty Mike Evans is out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good to keep him in your lineup. That would have been a goose egg, but he's already done that to you.
That one I got A.J. Brown.
That's right.
Okay,
Anyways,
you guys
I'm
are
sorry.
done arguing. Now it's time for news updates.
Hey,
I never argue with Dave.
we're not arguing. We're conversing angrily. News
What arguing is.
updates. Biggie. And Biggie, right off the bat, how about the Patriots were accused of videotaping on the Cincy sideline from the press box. They were there for a Do Your Job documentary for a Patriots scout. What I want to know is, why was the Patriots scout at a Cleveland Cincy game? Has nothing to do with him. I'm sorry. There's no reason in any world, in any universe, a Patriots scout should be at a Cincy Cleveland game. Because I'm just saying, what does a scout do? He scouts. And what do they have there? A camera. What did they have? And they openly admitted they filmed the Cincy sideline for 8 straight minutes. They openly admitted it. I feel like Kraft is throwing himself at Goodell's feet, saying, mercy, sir, mercy, because he knows they done screwed up. Again, and I hope Goodell rains all hellfire and brimstone on this.
But you know he's not going to.
He took $500,000, a draft pick away last time, suspended Belichick for a little bit.
And they went to the Super Bowl.
But I don't care if they win the Super Bowl. I'm talking about the ramifications of it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there'll be something extra. We'll see. But nothing, ultimately, what are you going to do? Not allow the Patriots to play at all this upcoming season? I mean, sure, they take a draft pick away. They give them a fine. We'll see. The ultimate story for the Patriots next year is, will Brady be back? Like, that's the ultimate.
Apparently, he stepped down from being a leader of a foundation today in New England area for kids. And apparently, he's a huge part of that. I mean, he's not only the leader of it, I believe he was the president of it as well. He stepped down And it, along with him putting up his house for sale, him getting rid of his freaking trainer. I mean, it just all adds up, folks. It's his last year in New England. The old,
Wait, he got rid of his trainer?
yeah, his trainer put his house up for sale, and they're not working together after the season.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's pretty significant if you're on your final year of your contract. I think he's done.
Think Eli's done after this season?
Yeah, I think that was a big game for that because you looked up, you had Peyton there, you had his other brother that no one knows of because it's the other Manning brother, you had Archie, you had Eli's wife. Everyone.
Excuse me, everybody knows who Cooper Manning is because they all talk about had Cooper not injured himself, his neck, he was the best athlete and by far the best quarterback out of those three. Nobody ever got to see it though. We got to see the B and C quarterback of the family instead of the 1A quarterback of the family because Archie.
Damn, I wish I got to see.
In the words of Conor McGregor, who the fuck is that guy?
If that's true,
no Koopa. He can be a tax analyst, right? I don't care. The two best Mannings I saw are Peyton and Eli. Actually, no, I'll give it to Archie because
go watch the Manning thing where they're doing the documentary about Archie's college and stuff, and they all at one point talk about the fact that he would have been the rock star quarterback of the family, even better than his dad. He's way better than his brother, both his brothers, and he got injured, and we never got to see him.
He's a tax analyst.
Right. No, that's fair enough.
The whole family wants to say it, so why am I going to argue with his own damn family telling people this on a documentary?
What else we got for news, Dave, before Jay has a stroke?
Cooper who? I'll keep saying it.
Yeah, you're a blasphemous dick sometimes.
Yes, I am. I wear it with pride. Anyways, yes, I think it's Eli's last game. Everyone was there in the booth, and I think that's a telltale sign because usually when people get together like that, it means it's either beginning of something good or the ending of something. And I think Eli ends off with a negative overall record. I think he's still a Hall of Famer. I think he is a third or fourth ballot Hall of Famer, not a first or second.
You don't think Coughlin sends a snail mail his way, you know?
No.
Writes him a letter?
This year's draft of quarterbacks is outrageously talented. And then you add in Mr. Love from Utah that just declared earlier today.
Listen, you're right. This is a great class for quarterbacks, but you still need to develop that quarterback. If you're a team, and would you say Jacksonville is more rebuilding or a team that is a contending team?
It's a rebuilding team, but I'm not bringing Eli there.
You think Jacksonville's a rebuilding team with Leonard Fournette, those receivers on the outside, the defense they have?
What's the record?
The record doesn't mean they're rebuilding. There's plenty of veterans on that defense. You got Calais Campbell.
Shellacked by Phillip Rivers. Mr. 90
So
yard
the
touchdown.
past 2 seasons, the Packers have been rebuilding, hence their record.
Jaguars since the AFC Championship.
That's not answering the question. You can't have it both ways.
They're rebuilding.
You can't.
The Jaguars are rebuilding.
Dylan, am I not asking a legitimate question?
Okay, I didn't realize you were being facetious. Okay, fair enough. I was going to say.
Half the thing what he was saying. I'm still saying Jaguars are a rebuilding team.
All right, that's your opinion, but I would say, and I think most people would say, with that defense and the pieces they have on offense, they're a contending team. Having just been in the AFC Championship game, 2-3 years ago with Blake Bortles? I mean,
you're driving me to drink already, Dave.
No one's driving you to drink Keystone. That's your own horrible decision.
But yeah. What else we got for news, my friend?
First of all, news. Why do you have a poster of Eagles football in 1933 when you weren't even scratching your dad's pants?
Listen, it's about time I let the flag
room
fly.
Are you in? Why is it? Are we getting like a slow virtual tour of your house? Because
it's like a weekly episode of Cribs.
Yeah, like every show, I'm noticing a different room, a different thing. Like we're like slowly trying to get a virtual tour of Dillon's house without him telling us that he's taking us on a tour of his house.
Yeah, on Sunday I'll do it from the backyard.
Oh,
No,
bet
you
do.
won't.
Hey, that
No,
backyard's
you won't.
gorgeous.
If you do it, I am kicking you off the call. I do not want to see green grass and sunshine in my face for hours. Screw
Oh,
you.
sorry, 'cause we don't live in Yeti world.
That's a good idea, actually. Great teaser. I'm going to be in a Hawaiian T-shirt, fire going.
You're gonna be in the dad
A
buttoned
fire
up.
going? What do you need a
tourist
fire, though?
drink-
To start a fire, like
just
a
to brag.
wildfire?
We got
'Cause I
fire
don't
pits,
even
baby.
need
I
it.
got a
We're in
fire
South
in my
Florida.
house right now.
Yeah, for heat, we use it for fire pits to hang out and drink beer around.
Yeah,
called
like
the
Yeah,
South.
then you can
entertainment. It's
burn
not
your
even necessary.
balls.
Not really. That's why you don't
Drunker-
sit that close to the fire, Jay. We sit 5 to 6 feet away.
You don't have to sit around the fire here because I heat 550 gallons of water up, pump it through pipes through my house, so I don't need to sit by the fire to
You're
stay warm.
completely missing the point of that. It's a outside fire pit for
I
hanging out
don't need
around.
an outside fire pit. I have an outside fire pit. I could go make a fire in right now, and it would melt the snow around it, and I would be cozy. But I don't want to go do that.
Jay, are you one of those guys
You
that
just
takes
agreed with us trying to disagree.
Are you one of those guys that takes a dirty old aluminum bin and puts a fire underneath it and calls it a redneck hot
Let me
tub?
burn my trash.
No, actually, I have a really cool like fire. Like it's from like 1975. It's like blaze orange, and it's an indoor. It's actually you can put it inside or outside.
It's a 50. It's one
It's
of
got
those
like
big
a
old
little
50
metal
gallon
grate you put
drum.
in front of it so that the ashes or the tinders can't come flying out into your house if it's in there. And it's got a chimney flue, and you can adjust the flue on it.
So
we have it
you-
outside
so you have
but in
an
the
indoor
summer.
chimney outside.
We have an indoor
Dang.
outdoor fireplace that was made in 1975 when people would haul those things around to their cabins and put them outside their cabin. And yeah,
You mean
just because
cabins
you live.
up in the north meant for
I'm done with
really
this
wild
conversation.
wilderness.
Moving
Okay, more news. He took them. He muted himself and took him out of the call again. Oh man, I wanted to see his 1975 Winnebago too. Anyways, Mr. Mike Evans is out for the rest of the season. Screw my fantasy team, huh?
Yikes.
13 minutes ago, Alshon Jeffrey out for the season with a foot injury for the Eagles.
My
Yeah.
goodness. Don't get me started. Mike Evans, at least, his was on a touchdown. Alshon just barely got off the line and he went down.
He breathed and somehow injured his foot. I don't know how he did it, but somehow he did.
Non-contact. I mean, you could tell right away it was bad, and it is.
Big news on the Jets front. They're expected to shop Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Adams this offseason, and I will be very surprised if there's no takers because these are two very talented players, guys. Le'Veon Bell just went to the one situation where he literally was like, okay, guys, I'm going to join your football team. And it's literally Adam Gase putting a giant pile of TNT gunpowder in the middle of the Jets organization and goes, all right, guys, we're going to light this sucker. Only stand 5 feet away. Le'Veon Bell went there at the wrong time. I really do think the Jets could be good, but Adam Gase is the wrong coach. And Jamal Adams, if they shop him and move him, he's a top 5 safety.
To me, this is such a huge setback for the Jets because, I mean, when you talk about culture and being able to sign free agents, you know, these guys aren't dicking around. By the time you're a free agent in the NFL, you're an older man. You know, you might be, 27, 28.
Yep.
You've seen quite a bit as far as agents and friends that you can and can't trust and locker rooms you want to be in and which city has the best schools for your kids, that type of thing. So you don't want to go to a place where you know it's going to be a dumpster fire of an organization. They're going to dick around with your contract and do some sort of, thing like they did with Kelechi Osemele and all the medical stuff that went on with him or what, if you're Washington and with Trent Williams, that sort of thing. So I think, you have a young QB in Sam Darnold, but other than that, I mean, what are you looking at on offense? Not much outside of Le'Veon. I mean, spotty pieces here and there. On defense, you traded away what I think was an excellent player in Leonard Williams. Now you have a young Quinnen Williams, who I guess we'll see on him. He's basically the same player. So I don't know what you did there. You didn't upgrade. You basically replaced a guy. And then C.J. Mosley has barely played a snap all season long. Now you trade away perhaps the best player on the team.